Cruze. What's up, Cruze?
How you doing, Flo, man? Thank you for having me once again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, how would you drive out here to Long Far Woodland Hills?
Thank you.
My drive was pretty fun, man. It was interesting, you know what I'm saying? We had played some like pop music on the way here, so we was all excited, you know what I'm saying? I drank a little coffee.
No bombero?
Huh? No bombero? Yeah, bombero's gonna be after this, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna start.
That's what I was playing on my way in.
Oh yeah? How you like
Yeah.
the song?
I love it when you talk about gatito.
Ay, gatita, me gusta como baila. Yeah, that's it, man. I love that record. Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second. You gotta be closer.
It is a nice hot day.
Yeah, bring that mic closer to your mouth.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna let Kitty open the floor and bring out her questions, and I'm gonna hit you after her.
Well, I'd like to say welcome everyone to our first live show for the Floh and
First one?
Kitty Show.
Right?
Gotta break it in right. The first day of summer. Well, thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it, and I love looking at your Instagram, learning a little bit about you and your style and your movement and all your connects. So welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man.
Please introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm J Cruz, man. Artist from Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? Now we're in LA. You know, and we're putting together this damn bold movement, man. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing that East Coast vibe to the West Coast, man.
I love it.
We the pioneers of it, man. We're here to stamp it, you know?
So how long would you say you've been performing as J Cruz as an artist?
Honestly, I've been J Cruz since I was like 14, 15 years old. You know, I'm 27 now. So it's been like about 12 years. You know, my first video was like 12 years ago. I was like 16.
Wonderful.
You know? And I've always been J Cruz, and I actually love that because I get to see my progression, you know? Like I get to see where I started.
Yeah,
you know?
12 years, that's a good, you got a lot of history there.
Yeah, and we still grinding, you know? We're getting closer every day. Like it took me 12 years to get to this point, but we're still just getting started, you know?
Wonderful. What provoked you or inspired you to become the inspiration and artist that I see before me? I mean, well-dressed, great eye candy ladies. No, that's very necessary.
Yeah, it's definitely necessary. Yeah. Nah, man, what inspired me is just, like where I come from, man. You know what I'm saying? I literally come from a third world country. Like, there's literally only like 10 million people in my country, you know?
Wow.
And just seeing, like the different things that I went through out there and like seeing the life and just knowing that there's always something bigger out there for me, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm just like motivated and inspired because I literally feel like I have a whole country behind me, you know?
That's wonderful. Did your family sing with you? Is it something that was in the family and then you just stood out or you just kept going?
No, yeah, actually, honestly, my dad was a boxer, you know? He was a big boxer in the 80s and the 90s, you know? So I kind of get like, like the artistry or like the the performance entertainment kind of part of that. Yeah, you know? But yeah, I actually just grew into that, man. Honestly, I did my 6th grade talent show.
Oh,
and I'll never forget that.
What did you perform?
I performed Rompe by Daddy Yankee.
Oh.
So it was like, it was like a
you get all dolled up.
Yeah, it was like a lip sync contest. Yeah. And like that's when I first knew I really had talent because we literally like put a whole group together, like 6 of us. Like we had 3 girls and they were all dancing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only 9 years old.
I know, that's great. That shows that you had a little background with how to put on a show.
Yeah, so I feel like putting on the shows at a young age. Like me, I just, I have a lot of energy and I just want to share that with the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to stay true to myself and be positive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to attract whoever I'm meant to attract in this journey. You know?
That's wonderful. And who was your inspiration as a child looking up when you noticed that you got a little groove in you get a little attention, you know how to put on a show? Because at 9 and you're putting on a show with girl dancers?
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, don't laugh because some people laugh. But
no, I enjoy it. I'm not laughing at you. I'm appreciating the novelty of a child understanding, like, whoa, whoa. Sure. That's amazing.
Nah, one of my main inspirations growing up was always 50 Cent, man.
Oh. Yes.
You know, that was like one of my idols, like just the way he did the business with the music and the acting, you know, like, and I literally learned how to speak English from his songs, you know, like when I first came to America, I didn't know any English. You know what I'm saying? I remember just singing like Candy Shop word for word, like with an accent though. You know what I'm saying?
That's all good. Accents are accepted.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? So yeah, so like that's where I first, started getting inspiration, and I was like, yo, one day I'm gonna be like that or bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're gonna be J Cruz.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be J Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of ideas, and the people around me have amazing ideas as well. So I just feel like we all need to get together and just keep creating, because I feel like that's what, makes everything move. You know what I'm saying? Creating.
Right, exactly. And bringing up the words that you have all these creative ideas. I did notice that you have a brand, Manifest.
Yeah, Manifest Community.
That's what I'm talking about, because, keywords, manifestation, just visualizing it, see it in your mind's eye, bringing it into fruitation, into the 3D that we live in, the matrix, breaking out of that and creating a path for future, and and just making the way. So when I saw Manifest, I was like,
Yeah, that's literally what I stand for. Like I literally put my whole lifestyle into like that one phrase. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I want to build a community of people that like think similar to me. Like that they're woke. They speak things into existence, and they believe in themselves no matter the circumstances. So that's what it's all about.
Exactly. That's very important. So I see you're wearing Flowganic.
Oh yeah. Hey man, shout out Floh, man. My boy pulled up, set me up with the drip. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. How my earlier comment I was talking about, like always creating, because that's what keeps you going. Like Floh, man, like I didn't know all this extra stuff about him. Like my boy makes logos, you know what I'm saying? Now he got the clothing, you know what I'm saying? He's even a producer.
And he can play a mean guitar.
Yeah, he's telling me, But it's just amazing to see things like that and just see how people just continue to create and not box themselves in,
Exactly.
Like you shouldn't just try one thing in your life, you know what I'm saying? You should try as many things as you can.
Well, you need many accessories.
Yeah.
To create the image, to project what you're feeling, what you're manifesting. How did you fare in the pandemic?
I mean, it was difficult at first because I own a business, and like for us business owners, it was harder. And then I have a recording studio, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I do during my daytime. I'm an engineer. Producer, you know what I'm saying?
So people can go to your studio and you can hook them up?
Yeah, I hook them up, man.
What's the name of your studios? Is that Manifest Records?
Yeah, it's called Manifest Community.
Okay, Community.
Yeah, it's right there in Berkeley.
Okay.
But yeah, so during the pandemic when it first started, it was definitely difficult because that's when everybody was like, they was giving out curfews. Oh, if you get caught, you could go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
That's all the fear to keep.
That was all the fear.
Who are in the assembly line in mind. But when you're a true artist, a creator, one of the things I realized at first, you get all, and once you shut that off and everybody gets in their groove and you're like chilling out, you're like, I don't need all that toilet paper. But anyway,
that's what I was saying. It's like, how do you run out of paper?
What?
You have a limited tree.
But what I was asking you is, during the pandemic, did you discover?
Yeah, I unlocked
yourself at that moment. You got beyond all the fear of the matrix.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, how did the pandemic fare with you, with your creativity?
Oh, my creativity just made me go harder than ever. Like I made the most music I've ever made during the pandemic.
Nice.
Like I was always just recording because we were locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then during the pandemic, I was just, looking at the things from the world that was going on. And that like motivated me, and inspired me to, come up with different concepts. And then also around that time was also when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on, so it was like a double whammy, but I still feel like, it was cool because I was actually a part of it. Like I got to speak in front of City Hall, you know what I'm saying, in front of everybody. Like I got a video called No Justice, No Peace. I went protesting one day, and I got so inspired from like everybody's like pain and everything they were saying. So I literally felt that one day I went to the studio and made a whole song called No Justice, No Peace. And then literally we went for 6 days straight marching, and we just recorded the whole thing. Like you would think it's like a movie, but it was really what really happened.
It's real life. It's like in the 60s when, I mean, I know you probably don't know that. When I grew up in the 70s, like I was born in that time. So that was a lot of the video footage and the Vietnam stuff. That kind of reminded me and reflected when people came together. I mean, we needed to wear masks at that time. But at that time, it didn't matter. It stood for, Black Lives Matter.
And at that time, I seen us as a whole, like as humans in general, working together more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that just was a beautiful thing to see, from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it was just motivating, and I felt like everybody, should have known what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a moment that will forever go down in history.
Of course.
Like none of the violent stuff, obviously, but all the positive that came out of that.
Yeah, we all react in different ways, and a lot of lives were lost, and but one of the good things I have to say, I did go to an award show the other day for the attorney Benjamin Crumb, and he actually is a civil rights attorney for catastrophe and personal injury that lead in death, and he actually represented the George Floyd family and got them a nice settlement, and I was blown away. You know what I mean? Like people that, we're over here screaming and protesting, but this guy can actually make changes, and he did.
Yeah, he did.
And so, like, I get it.
And it's crazy, like, after that situation, I feel like a lot of things did change, even with like cops in general, like I feel like they started backing down a little bit, because it's been going on for so long, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, like, my favorite saying around that time and still now is like, they can't be all of us, there's only a certain amount. Police officers and then the human.
Not all officers were up,
not all of them are bad,
but I understand the aggression. People just gotta turn. They see the color blue and I get you. You know what I mean? Like it was just like that was one of the things. Like I kind of balanced. I kind of like went a little bit against the grain with that because, like to me, we're all human. Mm-hmm. We're one race. You know what I mean? There's no different. You could divide it into categories, but when it comes down, we're all human.
We're literally one organism. Like we grow, no matter how old we are, every year we all turn a year older,
Well, I don't know about that, but
we grow together.
I'll be forever.
You turn a year, but you know what I mean, Like,
no, I get it.
We all grow together, like it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, man. But we here, man.
Aren't we? That's the best part. It was a necessary evil because we needed to change.
Yeah.
And so, it was great. We were, we did our projects from home, so no one was out to go in the studio. And at first I didn't even believe in the COVID thing, but we all survived. And so, Flo, you got any questions there? No, but
what do you think that your biggest demon is?
Biggest demon question.
Best question.
My biggest demon. I love when you ask me a question. I feel like my biggest demon is like
because everybody has a demon, and some use it for their benefit, some use it for gain. Some people don't know how to use the demon.
Yeah.
But what is the demon that's in you? That there's two. There's one that's good and one that's bad. Let's talk about the bad one. What's the bad demon in you?
The bad demon in me is like sometimes I feel like I want to make it so bad, or like I want to get there. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes like I might like spread myself too thin sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Let's give an example of that.
Like an example, like sometimes I feel like to me there's not enough hours in the day, or like I feel like I gotta I have to do this and then I have to do this, and then like sometimes I like forgot about like my actual home life, you know what I'm saying? Because being J Cruz, takes so much, you know what I'm saying? Like no matter what I'm going through at home, I still have to smile, I still have to be this positive, energetic person that the universe feeds off me from. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I still have to continue to be that. And sometimes it feels good to, be in your own element and just feel normal at home and like go through your own emotions, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I feel like I'm forced to like block certain things out. You know what I'm saying? So
like self-care.
Yeah, like I need self-care.
That's connected with the home.
Yeah, with the home.
You know, because that ain't the outside. Because at the end of the show, you got to go home. I mean, I know there's afters.
Yeah,
real. And I understand you're driven, so you got to keep going. And you never know when there's an open mic.
You know?
But yeah, maintaining that demon and using that energy for the positive and understanding the boundaries.
Yeah, like understanding the boundaries, you know, and it's good setting boundaries with yourself and like loved ones, you know what I'm saying?
So what's the good demon in you?
The good demon in me, man, is I care way too much. You know, like I'll care about somebody, you know, before me. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's what makes me me. Like that's what helps me keep going. Like if I do something for me, I don't feel as happy as if I did something for somebody else, even if it's somebody that I just met.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I also need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, God's will is to, you know, be there for others.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And do for one another. That's what He wants. Mm-hmm. But sometimes we get confused of, you know, doing God's work when we should let God do God's work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes that can get confusing. Like we want to help people so much, but we're not God. You know, sometimes like everybody has their own, you know, faith. Everybody has their own path. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just gotta let people be there.
You keep going in and out on your mic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That would be a terrible recording if you were singing a song. So just remember that you're singing a song.
Oh yeah. I'm right here.
Nice.
So, I just like looking, you know.
Welcome into the house.
I wanna.
Don't be talking out the door. Come inside. Have a seat.
Okay, so a couple of days ago was Father's Day. I was at your studio last night, and you were saying that you weren't able to see your kid on Father's Day. Now I remember a conversation before we had where you said that you hadn't seen your father because he was like boxing and running around and doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then now, do you feel that you're repeating the same cycle?
Yeah, and that's like my fear sometimes. That's what wakes me up because it's not like willingly, you know. Like honestly, what I'm going through now is helping me understand better what my dad went through, you know, because you only hear like the female side of it until you end up dealing with one. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So right now you're in a relationship with a girlfriend, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And you're trying to do your music. You're trying to do your studio. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that.
Yeah.
How does that affect your relationship with your girl?
I mean, right now it doesn't really affect it as much because I feel like she's like in the same industry as me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we just both have like a certain understanding of each other. Like, because I can't get upset if she has a gig or, you know what I'm saying? She has her stuff to do, you know?
You ever get jealous?
Nah. I know what I got, she knows what she got.
Okay.
Come on, my boy. Where you gonna get all this sauce from, my boy? Come on now, man. We always with the positives, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a beautiful thing because like I'm with somebody that I feel like I can feed off. You know, we meditate together. Like she plays her sound bowls. You know, like to clean.
Nice.
And, like I love that. You know,
you got a good one. It's about the balance.
You know, it's about a balance.
Understanding each other's paths and your potential and where your goals are.
And it's also work too. You know, like relationship's not gonna be perfect. Sound bowls is you want to come explain that?
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's like her thing.
Okay. Okay, so Sandra.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Donna Melly. I'm a stylist out here in LA, and I do meditation healing baths. So it's basically about spirituality. And most people don't know that when we do get upset about things, it's because people have crossed our boundaries, and being able to like draw a thin line and tell people no is something that we're working on in a relationship, like knowing what our boundaries are and not like crossing those boundaries. And I feel like sound bowls meditation is a healing to your body. So like our subconscious, like when we're little, our parents literally, like, it's messed up to say this, but like we are taught to be loved because we do something to please others. So people like us because we do something to please them, and that's not okay because most of the time we don't do things for ourselves, we do things for others. So sound bowl healing baths, like resurface like the negative emotions you've like surfaced upon your subconscious and kind of like unblocks all of that and like gives you like an understanding to be okay with sitting in your darkness and feeling those emotions and being able to like overcome that and like pass through that. So like most people aren't okay with being in this darkness, and it's like okay because life is about like an emotional roller coaster. Like one day you can wake up depressed, the other day you can wake up happy and ready to take on the world. So being able to do that and like being like keeping up with spirituality is so important. So like I always use sound healing bowl baths for both of us because it is like kind of makes us connect in a different level and it sends vibrations to our like body that raises our frequency and our vibrations and our aura, and it cleanses out everything that we don't really talk about. So yeah, that's what sound healing bowl.
Can you let her sit there?
You see why I love it?
That was a whole breakthrough.
No breakthrough. We needed that.
Okay.
But that also can be taxing if you're like a super high energy flying all over the place person, and she's more like a chill out, let's meditate type person.
Nah, she's not that at all.
That's where she tries to get you guys.
No,
because you guys are
yeah.
doing
That's how we
things.
calm down. But
That's
she's
the
a very like she has a lot of energy, just like me. So like it makes it fun though. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and then sometimes when it gets too much, or we feel like we need to hit a reset button, and we do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what makes y'all a great couple?
Understanding of each other. I feel like we do have this, we're able to like have conversations that make us uncomfortable and we're able to like pass through that. So it's like we sit on this uncomfortability for a while and process those emotions, and then we're like, okay, it's just we give each other space to restart our mind, our body, and soul. Like being able to do that is so important because how we said we're both energetic people. Like I do feel like I'm so energetic that sometimes I have to chill. Like he has to tell me like calm down because like you're doing all of this, and that's because I have ADHD. Like I'm always doing something, and that's just me. And it's like being able to know that the balance of like sometimes we need our own space. Like I'm a creative person, so sometimes I need outlets to just create. And he is an artist, so going to the studio and giving him his time to like kind of surface and be creative in his own world is so important. So knowing the balance between like, okay, being with each other, but also giving each other the time to do what we have to do is what makes our relationship work.
So what happens when one person wants to be creative and the other one doesn't want to be creative? But one person wants the time to be with someone and someone else doesn't want the time, because there's never going to be a perfect situation.
Yeah.
What happens when the shitty times come?
Shit, when the shitty times come, you just gotta compromise, man. It's the best thing I can say, Like, we both say our viewpoints, you know what I'm saying, and just do what makes sense. But at the end of the day, if the foundation is love, we should be able to get to any of that, you know what I'm saying? And it's still hard because, we both require like a lot of attention, you know what I'm saying? And, it takes time, but that's what a relationship is. And like, I don't want to rush anything and go from 0 to 1,000. Like, I want to enjoy the little movement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to enjoy the bumps in the road in order to make a clear path,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think like communication, like I'm a very vocal person. So I feel like if something bothers me, I'm so fast to tell him.
Yeah.
Like I won't keep it in. Like I have to say it in order for me to like process it, heal it, and then move on. Like I will not keep anything inside. So that's like me, like always say what's bothering me. And that's something that I feel like sometimes I'm such a strong character, and like I say things so strongly because my feelings are so strong, but it's also being able to like he understands to validate my emotions. So like being able to be like, babe, I understand why you feel this way. That's okay. And that just makes me feel better. And I feel like that gives us a balance. Like we're always working on our relationship. And I feel like as long as we don't give up on each other and we just keep working, because it's not perfect all the time, but that's what makes it so like unique. It's like learning from each other, and like it's
and
cool
also
because,
like learning like our triggers too. Like, we all as human beings have certain triggers, Like it's her understanding what triggers me and me understanding what triggers her, and then working around that,
Okay.
So I feel like it's important, man.
So do you get jealous when he's doing his videos and there's hoes all around him, jumping all over him and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course I do. I do. And that's
you-
okay.
And you don't get jealous when she's running around in her little biker shorts or whatever these little things are, and dudes is all up in their ass.
Nah, cause they don't. You know, if I'm with her, ain't nobody looking either way. You know what I'm saying?
People don't look.
They look
bro.
at me and look away. Nah, they could look, but they can't touch.
Okay.
They could look all they want. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, as long as she feels beautiful and she feels confident and she feels free,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want her to feel like this. I want, like, why not? Like, this is a piece of art. It's meant to be shown.
So let's say you're in the studio and there's some cats in there and they just pull up on her and, maybe try to give her a hug or touch her butt or something like that. Are you going to spaz out or are you going to be like?
Of course, but ain't nobody in my studio going to touch my girl's butt. You should be in my
Are you going to do your Namio Rig and Kill and all your calming?
Your own.
At that point, like, once you disrespect, you gotta get disrespected back. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I'm a guy. I'm all about peace, and I'm all about thinking positive.
But don't get it twisted. You can't get.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Don't disrespect, though.
Yeah,
don't disrespect, because I don't tolerate it.
Okay.
Well, that's what boundaries are about.
And that's
you
what
know what I mean. Like,
it's a certain
you're gonna mess
boundary.
with higher level energy, vibrational people. They're gonna respect.
Yeah, and I feel like me, I have a high frequency that people don't. There's like people know not to cross like a
That's what I'm
boundary.
saying. Like,
I don't
some
give
people
that
get touchy
openness
too, and
for people
sometimes
to
it's
do
like,
that. Like I don't make people feel too comfortable for them to do that.
Yeah.
And going back on the subject where do I get jealous when he goes on his shows? It's like, yeah, we had this conversation. We actually had
She
this
got mad
conversation.
the other day because
But-
somebody knew who I was. Like, hold on, how does she know who you
No,
are?
it wasn't. It was.
I was like, what do you mean? How does she
Girl,
know?
you got caught right
I don't know who she is.
But it's cool because then it makes you realize, like, oh my gosh, you really got this. Like, you're in this game. Like, that's so dope. And like, I'm so happy to see that. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna react. But I'm like, wait, no, like, that's my boy. I trust him. It all comes down to trust.
Yeah, that's
So,
the
like,
number one thing is
yeah.
trust. You know what I'm saying?
So like me trusting him is like a big thing. So it's like, okay, I'll be jealous for a second. But I'm like, no, that's my boyfriend. I love him so much. Like he comes back home to me. After his shows, I'm home. So that makes it like.
But how does it? How do you keep your bad demons from messing up the relationship? Because if you're jealous, that means you had situations in the past where people might have cheated on you or lied, and how do you not bring that to the new relationship?
I do a lot of like I'm like a very spiritual person. So
You said that.
So I go to breath work. So I like breath works like it's breathing is like fundamental to stay alive. Like we do this all the time every day. Like we need to breathe. So being able to breathe correctly and like acknowledge, like I feel like jealousy is from your ego. So being able to recognize your ego is so important. So like I'm able to do that. I'm like able to recognize my ego and be like, no, that's my ego talking. That's not me. So like also like I go to breathworking meditations, which teaches me how to breathe, and it's like it unblocks all of that jealousy and just releases it from my body.
And what is it called again? Bath working?
It's breath work. There's like
breath.
There's like different levels of spirituality. There's like spiritual sound bowl, there's like breath work, there's yoga, there's so many that people should try out to unblock like our subconscious and to really heal our inner child. How you said maybe that came from my past. I don't know that, like I've resurfaced that beyond me, and it's like being able to work with my inner child and heal from that is also like super important that I'm doing in order to like make that work, So I'm like doing my own self work in order to become a better person for him.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's like, I appreciate things like that.
You got a good one. Yeah.
Did you grow up with your father too?
Yeah, my father and I are really we don't see each other often, but we do have a great good communication. Like I talk to my father, call him whenever I need him. So he's there. Like he's just a phone call away.
What about J Cruz reminds you of your father?
Well, that's crazy that you say that because usually we end up dating somebody that reminds us of our parents.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great question, actually. Like, I have to really, honestly, we really had this, it was last night, right? Like, when we had this talk, it was like,
last night,
like, it was like, people are so, like, I feel like now it's so fast to call, like, your boyfriend daddy, And I'm like, that doesn't make me feel comfortable.
It was Father's Day. And
yeah.
I'm like, yo, like, you call me daddy so much, I'm over here like, yo.
What you call you? Daddy.
I'm like, no, I have my own daddy. I have my own father. Like, I just don't feel comfortable.
I have to understand that, like, sometimes a strong male figure is like, no, not somebody being your father, but like, still a strong male figure to me.
Yeah, I feel like that secureness and like that protection that he gives me kind of reminds me of my father. It's like I feel protected when I'm with him. I feel that I have somebody that I can call up and talk to. Like, I can call you up for anything, like even like to tell you how my day is, or like if something happened, So having that having somebody I can come and talk to about everything is something that I really appreciate.
And that's one thing that I also like love about myself is that I don't let this life or any of that get in the way of like my personal stuff. Like I could literally have an interview or a show or something, like, but if she needs me, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be quick to be like, oh nah, I can do that later.
So what's your number one thing y'all argue about? Late for dinner, toothpaste on the
number one thing.
Not for your toilet seat.
Honestly, we mainly argue when we're like apart. It's like weird.
Yeah.
Like if we're together, we don't think of nothing to argue about. But as long as we're like one day apart, it's like hell. Like, but it's just because we obviously miss each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't know, what is the main thing we argue about? Because I feel like we argue about the same things.
Yeah, I feel like the main thing we're arguing about now is our anniversary every month. The what? Our anniversary,
I'm always gonna remember it because so I'm always gonna remember it. You know what I'm saying? But she she just upset that she doesn't remember it because Can I say what happened? It's true as life.
Sure.
So I'm always gonna remember that day because I didn't know how it was.
So what happened?
We literally went to Catalina Island. You know what I'm saying? Was lit, excited. We was on a boat.
Your phone? Someone's calling someone.
Yes.
Yeah, we were literally on a boat. You know what I'm saying? And then on the way back, I literally went from the island and we took a boat straight to his fight. He actually had a fight that day.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Scrappy.
Shout out my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated champion of the world.
Nice.
One knockout. Me and him got this thing that every fight, he could be 7-0. And we always be like, yo, 8-0. That 8-0 looking good on you.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing, man. But yeah, long story short, I went to his fight, you know what I'm saying? We were twisted because we came from an island, you know what I'm saying? Then we get there, they only have wine and stuff. I'm like, wine get you a little more lit. So, she drinking, I'm drinking, we both lit. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I finally asked her out, during the fight. You know what I'm saying? To me, I thought it would have been memorable because I'm like, bro, we're in front row in this big ass fight. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. She was like, she's with it. She's like, she was like, why don't you just ask me then? And I just asked her,
You're treating your way.
And and that's how we became that. But ended up getting a little too twisted. She ended up, the funniest thing, I gotta say this, man, the funniest thing happened. Scrappy, that's when they first met too. You know what I'm saying? She almost got bad, man. But long story short,
she spilled drink on my promoter.
She spilled drinks. You know what she spilled a drink on? Bernard Hopkins.
Oh,
the Hall of Fame boxer.
My man was tripping.
Oh, he got
that was
he need a little baptism.
He almost knocked me out.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but it's just I'm never gonna forget that moment because that's a highlight. I'll never forget that day. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm right next to him too.
Yeah, he was right next to you. Yo, he was hot. He let her knock me out. I'm like, bro, it was an accident. Because she's small. You know what I'm saying? We take a couple drinks, and she's trying to sit on me, and then the drink spilled a little bit. I wouldn't get mad at shit like that. But I guess he was mainly mad because people around us started laughing. So it's, y'all laughing like it's funny. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day, I ended up asking him, yo, are we still boyfriend and girlfriend? Was that To me, I was like, you know, I needed confirmation because she like, you know, she went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm never
You're
gonna
like, it was a great time, yeah,
You know? Yeah, like to me, I'm always gonna remember that. That was March 20th, right? That was your fight, March 20th. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna remember that day, which was yesterday was the 20th. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes she gets upset because she's like, "Well, I don't even remember that day. You were supposed to ask it in a way where I remember," or you know. But sometimes, like, I just like going with the flow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things happen unexpectedly. Like that's what was meant to happen for us to get to this point.
Yeah, I honestly love how you said the story though. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
to me, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
story because it's like it's funny and it's like that's what really happened.
This is the first time I actually like hear you talk about it. So like listening to you talk makes me like, okay, that was like actually really dope story.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like
I remember it for the both of us, but I
Yeah.
always tell her like the
Yeah.
anniversary you didn't remember is when I asked you to be my wife.
yeah. So we
Other
all
than that, it's like this is just a journey right now. You know what I'm saying? We had to go through that to get to this. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it was a beautiful experience, and I'm glad that you know.
March 20th. Yeah.
March 20th, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm never gonna forget that. Especially after.
Oh, so y'all just had
You know,
anniversary
women
yesterday.
Women say that men are not sentimental and that we forget stuff, but it's actually not.
It's the other way
It's the other
around.
way around.
Oh, it was the wine.
And then they make
It
you
was the
feel
wine.
bad.
I be knowing, and I purposely don't say something to see if she'll remember or say something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next time I just need to take the initiative.
Then she finds out.
But then she finds out.
Gets
It's
on
like,
you.
you know?
yeah.
It's like I even thought about re-asking you out, and I'm like, oh, so we just start over, like, you know. But I'm just like, to me, it's like it already happened. We got to this point, you know what I'm saying, and it's an amazing journey. Like it's ups and downs, but we still learning each other. And at the end of the day, I feel like she made me better after being with her. You know what I'm saying, and that's what matters. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like I wake up happier, I'm more positive, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a stylist, she's always fly, so it motivates me to get extra fly. I'm like, yo, my girl can't just be out here flying to me. So it's like a
Can't be up
motivation
to Leo.
thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Leo, like, you know, it's just,
And I'm a Scorpio. So
Oh, fixed signs.
that's what I'm saying. So it's a war, you know, but it's a love war. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Okay. Well, let's say both of you don't make it in your career. How do you think that affects your relationship?
I mean,
I don't even think that's possible.
Yeah, that
I don't.
even-
That's not
That's
in
not
my
even
vocabulary.
like a thought.
That's not in my thought. That's not
You know?
possible. That's
So there's no B plan. It's all A.
yeah. It's all A. It's all I
It's
go
all A.
out and I go for it. Like go for it. I believe in myself so much, and I believe in him so much that there's nothing that can stop us as long
That's
as
a
we have
good
each other.
question, but I even got a better answer because what's your definition of making it? Me making it might be different in your perspective. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
what's your definition of making it?
It's what your definition of making it.
Yeah, so for me, like I'm living the dream.
what's
Like,
that?
that's just what I'm saying. But that was a good question. I like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, nah, he goes.
So he
I
testing
love
y'all.
his
He testing
questions.
y'all.
I literally love
He
his
testing y'all.
Flow's my OG, man.
Yeah, no, he really is.
Nah, but yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying. But just let's put a scenario, even that's not in the vocabulary. At the end of the day, we didn't get with each other because of what we do. Like we actually met in a random way, and like ever since we met, we couldn't separate. Like I literally met her at a certain time, and like we were together till like 13 hours in a row, and it was just like we both didn't want to leave each other. You know, so that's kind of how it started, and I still feel like we kind of still took it like a little slower. You know what I'm saying, than what we usually take.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm enjoying the ride, and it's just dope that you can connect with a female like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we have fun just doing whatever.
So of course everybody says yeah. So I see us in the future getting married and all this other type of stuff. That's what the normal thing would be to say.
Yeah.
But do you really, in your heart, really believe that?
And my heart, I almost took her to Vegas the other day. Some random shit. I'm like, man. I was like, yo, let's get married in Vegas, and that's my promise ring. To the real man. Nah, but I mean, I believe in my heart that, the
Do you think
potential.
that you have to get married? I mean, do you think that you have to have like a gigantic wedding to be officially married? Or
No,
I don't think you have to have a gigantic. It would be beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. It enhances the experience. It's all about like But I think a beautiful wedding would be like with our closest people, with people who actually like been in our lives for this journey. You know, it's like having our parents there, having us there, like having the people we love.
Not even just that, it's like we have so much fun in general.
Yeah.
We already throw events and we know so many like amazing people. Like come on, that's gonna be the biggest party to me. I'm not gonna spend no 20,000-30,000 for a wedding, but it's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, as long as it's fun, because we're fun people, you know what I'm saying? Like we're like the alphas of our group, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it makes it fun, you know what I'm saying? Like she gonna have her girls on lock, I'm gonna have my homies on lock, and we're gonna party. But at the end of the day, I'm just enjoying the moment. I'm enjoying the ride. It's gonna come way later down the road. But right now, like I know my life is about to change. Both of our lives about to change for the bigger. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like I'm just happy that I'm finding somebody now before everybody's gonna be on me, or you know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna be genuine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to be genuine. I want it to be natural. And if this is what it's meant, then that's what it's meant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, this was a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, it wasn't expected, but you know how you do, man. You like the freestyle, man.
I love your conversations. Like I honestly love your questions. Like every time I'm here, I'm just like, okay, this makes me think. Like, and I love it. I love that.
Yeah, well, you know,
Thank you.
there's more to a rapper or an artist or makeup or whatever, you know, your profession. It's the family too.
Yeah.
Because the family rolls with you in this situation. The kids roll with you in this situation. Whoever's in your life, they're with you in this situation.
And that's the motivation. Then you have to have some type of motivation to keep going.
And sometimes you got to hear from both sides to see if it's really a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Which no one does in interviews anymore.
Yeah. And that's why, and that's what I like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people have a certain perception of me sometimes. You know, they just look at Instagram, come up with their own perception. But when you actually get to know me and talk to me, like I'm a real
You're definitely
person.
different than you. You're definitely a different person than I thought you were by meeting you and talking to you.
Yeah.
Because your perception is different than what you really are.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's not.
And it's not even a perception. Like that's really me.
Yeah.
But some people like I'm a big guy. I'm a bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? Some people might get intimidated. Like you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you get to know me, like I'm down to earth. Like I'll be there for you in a heartbeat. Like I could meet you today, and if you need somebody, you need some advice, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And at the end of the day, I always feel like whoever God puts in my path, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're there for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
And was your dog okay when you went home last night?
Oh yeah. Nah, my dog was good, man. They ended up, putting that fire out. Shout out my boy Manny the Bulldog, man. Shout out my little boy.
Do you get along with his dog?
Yeah,
Wait, what kind of dog? What's the dog's name?
I got an English Bulldog, man.
Oh.
and I'm a cat person. I love
she has a
cats.
cat.
I have a baby cat, so
Her cat
Yeah.
loves me.
yeah, my cat does love you. Like,
That's how you
yeah,
know. Like her cat, as soon as I get it, she be hissing at everybody else. As soon as I get it,
she's like all up on him. Yeah, like she
ain't
loves.
jealous.
She knows who her daddy is.
My cat loves him more than she loves me. At this point.
That energy,
And does he get along with the dog?
We actually we haven't officially introduced them, like they've seen each other, but last time they didn't really have like they were
That's not a
chilling.
good mix.
You know, like yeah, because my cat is saying and his dog is just like
Cat just
yeah.
They'll find
We
a
haven't
balance.
had that yet. We haven't had that.
but right now I'm just just baby steps.
Yeah.
Moment. Every month we unlock something new,
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
that's just the beauty. That's just
Yeah.
the beauty of it.
Just enjoying the journey
I want to
together.
enjoy the journey, because that's the funnest part.
Yeah.
Like that's why I always say, like I don't want just everything in life, Like I want to always feel like there's something more to chase. I don't ever want to feel like, oh, I'm just satisfied with life. I got everything I ever wanted. I always want to recreate myself. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to that question, like from earlier. You were like, oh, if this didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like anything that we put our mind to will work out. Like everything I've ever done, I've always done it to the full. Even if it's selling cars, flipping houses. You know what I'm saying? Even I remember at 15, I was selling the internet at the mall. You know what I'm saying? Like I just always had like that drive, and I always been like a people's person. Like I literally went to 4 high schools, 6 middle schools, and I don't know how many elementary schools. So I always had to like start over. I always like moved around. You know, I was a kid that was never like really too stable in certain places. You know what I'm saying?
What was that?
You know, just growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you know, stability it's a blessing to have stability. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, my parents and my mom, she came from a whole other country. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She did the best for us, and she always worked. She's still working to this day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the things that we gotta appreciate. But wherever my mom goes, I gotta go.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Got
And
it.
also, like, I wasn't an easy kid either. Growing up. You know, I was like,
Hard-headed.
I was one of those like, I had too much energy as a kid. Like, they had a name for me at one point.
What's the
You know,
name?
like my
What's
mom.
the name?
I mean, it was in Spanish. But every time my mom brought me around, she's like, "Oh, ahí viene la mujer con el niño que más jode." You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, oh, there goes the lady with that annoying ass kid. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? But me, that's why I feel like I love kids. You know, and like even if they're like hyper or whatever, I feel like I can connect with them because I used to be that kid, and like you get misunderstood. Like they just have so much energy because they're
They
geniuses.
used to call you, they used to say that you were ADD, or they would try to give you red lead and all that kind of crap.
My mom done try to take me to boarding school. Like, I always was either suspended or like in-house suspension, you know, like. But I was just misunderstood, you know, and I feel like I grew up a little like later. You know, like I graduated high school at 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a grown man.
That's wonderful. That's
You know?
good.
Do you feel like you're still misunderstood?
Oh yeah, every day, and that's what I be trying to work on because what I mean sometimes like it don't seem like that. And, like sometimes it frustrates me because I'm like inside I know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes on the outside it's like hard to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like on the outside it's hard to like reciprocate that sometimes.
For sure. Well, it was nice talking to you, bro, and I got to get to this next interview. You know, we didn't know that it was going to take an hour and a half to do so. But
Oh yeah, it was nice definitely talking to you.
but we're gonna get back with you again. And what's your new single that's getting ready to come out?
Oh yeah. So let me tell you the rundown before, you know what I'm saying, before we get out of here. So right now we've been pushing on better, you know what I'm saying? It's been going crazy. We're about to drop the video in 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? And then I have a plan, man. I'm about to drop a single every 2 weeks until my birthday, which is July 26th next month. And then I'm gonna drop a whole seven track EP, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And the next single is called Mother Booty, you know what I'm saying? Produced by my brother, What Up Fire. Mother Booty. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So that's what
Yeah, I like that. I heard it last night.
Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah.
And then also, you know, I got some big surprises coming up. You know what I'm saying? You might see me, you know, in a big movie popping up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say any names,
Okay.
but you're gonna see, you know, my music and everywhere soon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just excited for the journey. I feel like I deserve it. I stayed down for this moment. Like I'm still every day, you know, grinding and trying my hardest and not making any excuses. You know what I'm saying? Just changing the narrative.
For sure.
It's time, man. Floh Kitty.
Well, give everybody social media.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all can find me, you know, J Cruz everywhere, man. JCRUZE. You know, the E stands for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you heard it here first on the Floh Kitty Show on NAP Radio, iHeart, and get that shit and let's make it happen.
Yes, sir. What you mean?
Is this what I did?
No. That's music.
Because I kept hearing beeping, and I was thinking, did this thing stop?
No, what the beeping is letting you know they're still recording.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how you can hear that it's
That
still.
comes on like every half hour.
Yeah, like I think it's like
I heard like
15,
3 times.
15 minutes or so, something like that, 15 minutes or so.
Oh, I love those
Honestly,
You dropping every 2 weeks?
Oh yeah,
Dropping a single every 2 weeks?
I'm dropping a single to my birthday. I'm gonna drop a whole 7-track EP.
and I want to talk
Alright.
to you about like.
I gotta start figuring the street, man, because I got a lot of English music out, but right now I need to
Oh
start.
no,
figuring my
no,
stuff.
don't worry. I
That's
have
good.
to
That's
take
good
out
move. That's good
where
move.
you sat
Good
down.
I was
move.
like, oh my god,
Good move.
it's a weather.
I gotta do your level check, all right?
When like take dives.
I'm gonna do your level check real quick.
Okay, thank you. Kitty.
Come in. That was nice. Thank you. I love that little surprise guest.
I know, right?
Yeah,
See how we snuck
that was
in
dope.
there?
That was dope.
That's flow for you.
Change.
You
It
just never know. You just have to go with the
everything.
flow.
Let me know
Mic
what y'all
check,
think,
mic
man.
check.
Let me know what
1,
y'all
2,
think.
1, 2. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do anything.
Real good. Just like you are. Comfortable where you
We
at.
do this. We do
Boxing
this.
up next.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect.
Ready? I'm ready.
You hear him good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah,
Y'all ready?
I'm good. I'm good.
Born ready.
5,
Ow.
4, 3, 2,
No, I'm kidding.
quiet on set.
Hello, thank you so much. We're back again with the Floh and Kitty Show. We just enjoyed a nice interview with J Cruz, so make sure you hit up on him and follow him. He's got an awesome song out, Bombero. I was grooving to that today on my way to the studio, but now we have a wonderful guest, Scrappy.
The one and only.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Hey, shout out to J Cruz. You know, hit me up and give me the invitation. So we here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. When I saw you in the hall, like, yeah, hey, and it was my pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. You know, that's why you gotta keep that type of people around. We support each other and we feed off each other's energy. So every time he's doing something positive, I like that, you know. And when he sees me,
It's a good combo.
it's a growth, you know. It's kind of like a competitive,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I see you doing your thing,
Mm-hmm.
so that pushes me.
Let me show you what I got.
Yeah.
You
So
need
that's
that.
a good thing,
It's
and I'm super
healthy.
competitive,
Mhm.
you know. So I like that. So, and some people take it the wrong way,
Mhm.
where you want to compete, but they might think like
If they're
you're
not
trying to
successful
challenge.
like you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not. It's
They're gonna
not.
bring
It's
you
not
down.
about that.
Haters.
It's
There's
about.
a word for that.
It's just making the whole process fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, shout out to J Cruz.
Wonderful. So tell me about you, Scrappy. I just met you today, but so far I hear what I've heard I like. You're a boxer?
I'm a professional boxer. I'm 10-0, undefeated.
10-0.
I just
Damn.
won my second belt, so I'm an NABA champion. And I'm also I got the knockout of the year. Well, I'm nominated for knockout of the year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, that's a huge achievement. I mean,
Yeah, and
my
I've
pleasure.
accomplished a lot in a short period of time. I've only been doing this for 5 years. A lot of people are surprised because that's a short period of time, 5 years.
I just lost my breath. I was like, 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years, and I mean from scratch. Like I never picked up a pair of gloves till I was 20. I'm 26 now.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
I'm proving a lot of people wrong.
So what drove you to become a boxer?
I was trying to find my purpose, trying to figure life out.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped out of college and
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure things out. And boxing, life took me to boxing, and I made things work. And look where I'm at now.
That's amazing. I mean, when we were speaking to J Cruz, you guys have history because you were talking about his relationship with his girl, and you were there at your event.
Yeah,
You know, that's
I
a
mean,
big deal. I mean, you guys got history and you got that, but where, like you said, you dropped out of college. Are you from this area? Where are you from?
I was born and raised in LA,
Okay.
straight out the inner city. I also grew up in Honduras, and I have that
Okay.
experience of not having anything, and I had to learn how to read and write
Mm-hmm.
and speak Spanish because I was here at the age of 8, so
Okay.
English was my first language, right? Then then I went to Honduras and I had to figure everything out, and it was a great experience. It taught me real life, appreciate the little things, and now that I'm grown and I'm in the industry, I'm able to see the real and the fake.
Now, let me get this straight. So you're saying you're born and raised in LA. So at 8, you left the country that
Yes.
you knew from the beginning, and you didn't know anything about Honduras. Have you ever been there,
No,
vacation?
first time.
Wow, that's a
Yes.
shocker. How did you even know how to speak Spanish?
No, my Spanish was
Like broken?
a little bit, yeah. Then I had to learn. you know, when you're young, you learn quick, and I was able to adapt.
Mhm.
And you know, after
Make some friends.
after my first year, it was home, like
Yeah.
literally home. I had the best time of my life.
Like you felt like you're a part of something, like a culture.
It's way life out there is way different. Like
Isn't
as
it?
a childhood is way different. You know.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because when I was born in Mexico, but I was raised here all my life. Literally, I'm Mexican-born, Irishly grown.
But you've been to Mexico, right?
I would go there for a little bit in the summer, but once you would get like used to the language, like you could barely communicate, we were gone.
Yeah, that's hard.
And
but
and my mom never
you see
spoke
how,
Spanish.
but you do notice how people have fun out there, right? What
It's
do you know? You notice
amazing.
what matters out there, right?
Of course, it's family.
Yeah.
It's family. You know, you eat good food. I mean, you go to the mercado. You
I
get the
also
fresh
and
food
they
there.
also carry a different sense of morals and principles.
Oh, yeah, I had to get chaperone everywhere. This is the thing. I went there when I was 14 because I wanted to learn to speak Spanish, and literally lived there, and no one spoke English. So I kind of had that culture shock. I can imagine at 8, you know, because I remember going there.
It's easier when you're young.
Yeah.
Again, you're just when you're younger, you're going through the you know.
Yeah, you
through
just
the
go with the
motion.
flow. You make
just go with
friends.
the flow,
Go
so
play with the ball.
It was
go have
easy.
fun.
It was real easy.
Did you box there a little bit?
No,
with
I
kids?
didn't. No, my first sport was soccer. So soccer.
Football.
I came back with my mother. Now I don't have a relationship with my mother because I barely even spoke to her.
Oh.
I grew up with my father. I'm daddy's boy.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
So
after
he's still there?
he stayed, I came back.
But you could go visit him and stuff when
No,
you want? No.
We lost
Oh.
touch.
So when did you come back? How old were you when you came
12.
back?
I came back when I was 12, and that's when a real life hit me. You know.
And you
Now-
came to live with your mom in
Now,
LA?
yes. Now, but mind you, I don't have no connection,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I
She's
think
just a woman?
yes.
Caretaker?
No.
No, I mean, when you
My-
first come in, you're like, okay, that's
No,
mom.
my mother, she had her job was to keep the food and the light on. You feel me? So that was
See
her
your
main
mom working
focus.
hard.
That was her main focus, and she
Mhm.
worked overnight, meaning I get to
Bless
do what
her
the
heart.
fuck I want with my life. You feel me? If I want to go to school, I go to school. Like I was in control. I was the grown man.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
but I wasn't, so I had to learn how to
You're the
move.
man of the house.
Yeah, but I wasn't even at the crib. You know, but I learned and I made it work. No excuses.
I'm just trying to get that in where, like, what drew you to be like a boxer?
A
I mean,
boxer.
like, what was that moment that you're like,
the
the
box-
bar and then you're like, okay, let's bare knuckle.
Boxing don't even come till later in life.
I know, you're
Like
20.
me graduating, I graduated high school. I go to college.
Mhm.
I play my
Oh.
freshman year as a true freshman. Then I drop out because I noticed that I'm going to school for the wrong reason.
Uh-huh.
I want to play football. I don't want to be in class
Uh-huh.
sitting to these grown ass people.
Uh-huh.
Everybody in the class like 25,
Uh-huh.
30. I'm young. I'm like 19, 18, 19
Mhm.
in the classroom. So I'm like, I gotta figure things out. And I was realistic. I'm 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
Can I make it to the NFL? It's gonna be real hard. I was skilled. Was I super skilled? No. So I was realistic. I'm like, yo, I gotta like figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
I took my time. I removed all the distractions, locked myself in a room, and really try to figure out what the fuck I want with life.
Wow.
And I ended up. You know the crazy part, like the answers are within.
Yeah.
So-
You go within, not
Yeah,
without.
So you just gotta really block everything, and that's what I did, and I found the answer. You know, and one was try to join the army and list
Okay.
yourself, and I got denied. And after I got denied, I'm like, go to a gym. Now go to a gym.
You had an A-B plan.
Yes. Then I went to a gym, and I told myself, I'm gonna become a professional boxer. Like I skipped being an amateur, like straight to professional boxer.
How do you do that? I mean, like, what's the difference? I'm not familiar with the procedure. Like,
Amateur is
non-paid.
yes, and that's where you get your experience. You know, it's like little league. Before you turn pro, you play soccer for you know, and you make your way up.
Yeah.
So I did the amateurs for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to qualify for the Olympics. Failed on that. After the quarantine, before the quarantine, I was planning to turn pro. That didn't happen because of the quarantine. So I took advantage of the whole quarantine in the gym, getting better.
Right?
Get better.
You went within and took
things opened up. I turned pro. I was the most active fighter in the nation.
Wow.
I fought 4 times in 6 weeks. But in total I fought about 9 times in 16 weeks. Yeah. So, and that's why I tell people, like, I'm not here to take part. I'm here to take over. Actions speak louder than the words. You know.
Right.
Nowadays we got social media, so everybody's talking. You know, but not too many people are actually doing it. So I let my movement speak for me. You feel me? But I also like to talk, so I'm gonna talk my piece.
So where do you see yourself like in the next 5 years?
I take it a moment at a time. For me, I'm focused right today and the rest of 2020. I got people talking about 2023 already. I got shit to accomplish 2022.
Yeah, we ain't done halfway.
Yeah, we're halfway, but hey, we got 6 months. A lot could happen in 6 months.
Right.
So my main focus is right now, and I'm currently in the gym, getting better, and getting ready for my next fight. I don't have a date yet, but I should have one. I should have one soon.
Okay. Do you have like a manager who handles that, or do you do it all?
I have a whole team. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I have a whole team. I'm in a great situation. I can't complain. But things don't happen by mistake. I work hard. I was smart about it, and I made things happen.
You sniff out any like competitors?
Always. Hey, I'm always. I go. If I want to go against the best, to be the best, you got to go against the best. So if I see competition, I'm attacking it. For sure.
So I'm gonna be placing I don't bet, but I place my bet on you.
Hey,
it's on that confidence,
I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna double up on your money. I promise you. Like,
okay.
I'm all in.
Even if it's just for tacos.
Let's look at the fit though. You know what I'm saying?
You got the
flyest fighter.
You're gonna have the best tacos, and you're gonna have 2 plates because. Yeah, I got you.
I gotta keep my girlish figure up. You know how that goes. Well, this is amazing. I feel so blessed. Like you were saying, you put yourself in a room, that you went inward, because that is actually the whole key of life. Like one of the tools is if you want to look for an answer, you don't even go to no sabbatical, travel the world. Yeah, you can get well read, well traveled, meet people, understand cultures.
Keep it simple.
But when you go inside, it's like, hello, I've been here.
Hey man,
welcome home, baby.
It's old school, man. It's
like your higher self.
This is old school. Like we got too many. You should do it this way. Do it that way. Man, just keep it simple.
It's like opinions. Opinions are like a-holes. Everyone has one.
Everyone has one. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing me because that's working, right? And I'm gonna keep sharing my story. If you fuck with it, cool. If not,
I'm interested. I'm gonna be paying attention.
Thank you. Yeah, that's love. And look, listen, I appreciate all the support and love. I really do. You know, I do this for my people. My mother's an immigrant. We're immigrant. Also, my father's black. You know, so like. I want to show where we come from, not a lot of opportunity, a lot of excuses. I want to show the people that it's possible and you don't need much. You just got to believe in yourself and work hard and stay committed.
Right.
Real simple. And I tell my dog every time, you feel me? But it's a lot happening, a lot of distractions. So we just get lost in the sauce. But I'm going to do my best to help my people. You know, and I'm not trying to change the world either. I'm just trying to help y'all. But I know I'm gonna help the people. That's gonna change the world.
You know what? It's all about the vibrational. Like J Cruz's girl, you know, she was getting in tune and everything, and it's just about we forget we're full of water. and water, the vibration, getting in tune, and bringing that level back up to the 432 kHz, frequencies.
Let me tell you something though. Sorry to cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody talk about this. When I sit in a room, everybody knows what to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you sound like you know what you know what you're talking about. Everybody knows about this. The thing is, when it happens, how are you dealing with that situation?
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't deal with it.
Fight, flight for our
Hey,
runners.
you see, everybody knows, but they don't apply it in their life. So
Yeah.
it's cool if you could talk about it, but actually apply it in life, because that's more beneficial than you just talking about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what people do. They just want to look cool talking about it. It's like, apply it, bro. Show me.
Yeah.
And that way you inspire more people to actually do it and move like you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what I was listening to some meditation thing, one of the speakers was talking about, if you're on the right path, you're going to be coming across a lot of obstacles.
A lot.
And those obstacles are meant to help you drive and evolve and learn the lessons.
Of course.
You could run and, I can't, I don't got gas, I don't got this, I don't got that. But when it comes down to it, it's like, no, you don't got the drive. That's not your desire. Maybe that's not your calling.
And everybody want to be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people don't understand being successful is hard. The more you succeed, the more problems. The more you succeed, the more you got more people depend on you. Like, the more you want, the bigger the plate,
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, a lot of people don't want to be successful.
Well, they can be successful at just relaxing.
That's not successful.
Not in your book, not for a boxer who's 10-0.
That's what you call a wasted life.
Yeah.
But it's like you asked earlier, like, what's your definition of success? You know how everybody got their own.
No. Yeah, but sitting down, just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Life is about doing
experience, emotions, feeling.
And I'm not once did I say money.
Mm-hmm.
Not once did I mention money. That's not success. So you gotta be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Chilling all day, that's not successful.
I agree. Flo?
I like his questions. I like yours too. But he get deeper.
I think he's been meditating on
what is your there's something that you said in there, I think earlier you said that you didn't grow up with your mother. What is that?
Broken family. I think the relationship, my mother had me at a young age. And at that time, I'm still trying to figure things out because I want to work on my scars because they're still bothering me. I'm not able to be myself. So I'm still trying to understand where those problems come from. But my mother had me at a younger age, so she didn't know how to take care of me. But my father was smarter and wiser, so he figured being with him at that time was better for me.
And your father's black and your mother is what, Dominican or something?
No, my mother's Guatemalan.
Guatemalan?
Yeah, my father's he's Honduran, so I'm Afro-Latin.
Okay. Do those nationalities normally mix?
No, it's unique.
So, do you think that might be one of the reasons that your mother might have, felt like she made a mistake?
No, she made a mistake because I learned that she had her mother passed away at a young age, and her father was in the military, so he was like really aggressive and he was and he was real like always working, so they didn't have time for her, so she had to grow up early. She started working at 15. Taking care of other kids. So she grew up pretty quick. So when she had me, she didn't know the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
Do you have Do you have resentment towards your mother for leaving you?
I did at one point. Even now, there's times where I do feel some type of way.
And
But
how does that affect your relationship?
It bothers me because I just keep myself away from her.
But how does that affect your relationship with women today?
Oh, it affects me a lot, actually, because I don't trust. It's hard to love. You know, it's hard. Like, I still don't know how to love. You know, and that's where it comes from. Like, it's much easier to like love my bro, but when it comes to a woman, it's harder. You know,
The trust factor.
yeah, the trust factor.
But one little thing that has helped me is you learn to love yourself.
Oh, that's what I learned.
But with
When I lost everything,
both
I was able to love
positive and negative
Yes,
of
yes,
yourself.
yes,
Even the
yes.
part that you don't know about the mom and the feelings
Yeah.
of the women, you gotta embrace that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So I'm actually getting better at it. So
It's a process.
I accomplished like loving myself. You know, I appreciate my downfall, my flaws, right? And that's what makes me special, like my flaws. You know, I let if I accept my flaws, just can't nobody attack me because I accept them. It is what it is.
So when you're in a boxing ring and you're socking up somebody,
Yeah.
does that help you release the anger within inside you?
Yeah, I'm an angry fighter, and I'm prepared to die, and I'm prepared to kill in there.
And who is your mentor or the boxer that you look up to the most?
My mentor, I have Coach E. Coach E was my OG. He was the person who guided me through my hard times. He was my strength and conditioning coach. He told me what books to read and what. He told me I had the talent. I just had to seek it within, you know. And I never understood it till I hit rock bottom. I took the top, and everything made sense at that time. But boxer, I mean, I feel like I'm a unique boxer. I bring something different to the table, but I also learn from every boxer, the good and the bad, what not to do, what to do. I'm signed to Cruze Ramirez, best record in the boxing game today, 43-0.
Wow.
And I'm learning a lot from him. He started boxing at the age of, he turned pro like around 15. He was 15. So he was real young, a lot of experience. So I'm always learning from him. Yo, what happened when you did this? I'm asking questions and I'm taking the good and the bad. And that's how I've been moving. I also had two brothers. Well, I have two brothers. One's in prison and one passed away. I learned from their situation. So I think there's opportunity everywhere. I'm taking the good and the bad.
So your mentor, is he still alive?
Of course, he's still alive. I talk to him here and there.
What boxer do you look up to that, past the president, what boxer do you look up to?
I don't look up to any boxer.
So you're not a Muhammad Ali fan, Mike Tyson, or Roberto Duran, none of those guys?
No, sir.
Sugar Ray.
I like them and they inspire me. I don't look up to none of them.
Everybody's got their journey.
Everybody, that's what I do have understanding that I have my own journey. I have my own shoes. I got my own path to walk on, and I want to do it different, my way. I don't want to, because they already seen Floyd Mayweather. They already seen Macho Camacho. They already seen Mike Tyson. They haven't seen Scrappy Ramirez.
So what's your weight class?
115.
115. So is that like banner weight?
Super flyweight.
Super flyweight. Who's your biggest opponent that you've beaten so far?
My last fight, his name was John Sabatiera. Much respect to him. He was a good fighter, but he was not on my level. And I said that throughout the fight. But I appreciate the fact he took the fight in short notice, and I was super excited because that was the best fighter on paper on my resume.
He made him go viral. He knocked him out the ring. You ever seen somebody get knocked out the ring? he took his best fighter he fought, knocked him out
Right
the
after
ring.
that,
We're gonna have to post that up on our
after,
social media.
right after
It went
that,
viral.
look, I didn't waste no time. Right after the knockout, they gave me the mic. I caught the best fighters, the 2 champions, Joshua Franco and Jesse Van. I want to see them. So.
Oh, so you're already manifesting your next fights.
Yeah, I've been caught them out. That's what I'm not afraid to fail. That's one thing about me. I'm a jump off the cliff and trust me, I'm gonna fly.
But you know, failure is also part of the growth. It's part of the obstacles that we have. And that's amazing.
Yeah,
you know, that's so amazing. Now,
well, failure is it's a word. Ain't because it's also a win if you think about it. Because you learn from it, and once you run it back, you're not gonna make the same mistake.
Not at all.
Right? And if you make another mistake, guess what? You already learned. So you move on and you run it back, and the third time is gonna be much easier. So it is what it is.
That's how lessons in life are. You know, that's amazing. Now, would you say, because you said the last fight you had, he took it on and it was short notice. Would you say? I know you probably can't predict, but isn't there like a time frame that a boxer technically would need to get prepared for a fight?
Yeah, I mean, so they give you about 8 weeks.
He lost because he didn't get enough time.
No, because he had fought like three weeks prior to that fight. So he was already in shape.
Okay.
You know, but again, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right. That's amazing.
So how can people find your Instagram?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Scrappy Boxing, Twitter Scrappy Boxing. Yeah, we here. It's the takeover.
In his own way, in his own fly way, you know.
Yes, fly.
This is the only boxer I know that be in the fashion shows and be the flies, you know. And the ring, you should see his office in the ring.
Fedora King.
My boy got the fedoras.
10-0.
10-0.
Yes, sir.
How many knockouts?
8.
8 knockouts.
Dang, and one knocked out of it.
You know, that which probably gonna be the knockout of the year.
It is.
Yeah, like he went viral after that. Like everybody posted
That's amazing.
millions and millions of views.
You have permission to repost that?
Oh yeah, go
We'll
ahead.
have to repost that flow.
That's love.
Okay.
That's part of the process.
Yeah, when you follow the Floh Kitty Show, make sure you follow us.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow my people,
And
man.
keep us and tag us, and we'll retag all the time.
Always, man. Hey,
Flow with an H.
Flow with an H.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. But again, thank you guys for having me.
Oh, my pleasure.
That's love, you
I
know.
need to shoot you some Flowganic stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
run you. You know I'm gonna
So
run
you
you.
know you need to have that Flowganic on you.
Yeah. You know, hey, I'm walking out here with a flow calderon.
When's your next
Your next fight?
I don't have a date. Hey.
You need a date for that?
Yeah.
He's prepared though.
I mean, what's up? You trying to be my date? That's what you mean?
Hey,
Are you available?
I'm single.
You single? Okay. I like that.
You're in the cougar love?
Hey,
The milk.
hey, I ain't got no type. Hey, I ain't got no type, baby.
Okay.
Hey, you know what they say, right?
What's that?
The older the wine.
Another berry, you know what I mean?
Come on, man.
I know all about that.
Goes back to that not having your mother type thing.
Yeah. Hey.
No, but you know
It's
what?
okay.
It's a responsibility.
Hey, but I'm working on it, so it's all good.
But it's all good, you know. It's all about.
I'm aware of it.
I didn't grow up with my mother either, so I get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just life. Sometimes you have a good life, sometimes you don't. You just gotta make it what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, your life is good. You're boxing. You're doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship right now, or you're just
No,
like
sir.
single?
I'm single. I'm all into what I do. No distractions. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I heard before, like you have to go to treatment, right?
Yeah.
And how is that going for you?
Oh, for my kidney,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in treatment.
Yeah, but how is that going? Like, has that changed your perspective towards life?
No, I've been shot at and all kinds of crap. It's all the same. You know what I'm saying? Every day we face death. every day.
That's true.
So it's just
you're at peace with death.
Yeah, when you're from the hood and you've been through the streets, the shit's the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just another day. You know.
Another battle.
What motivates you to get up every day? And
I got kids. Yeah, you know, I'm a father. Otherwise, I probably would have just said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I got kids.
That's why you keep fighting. So you got a purpose.
It's for my kids.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My auntie passed away, and like she made me appreciate life because she was in a bed, not able to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just do anything. You know, she was in bed in pain all day. So that made me really enjoy everything. The little things, this conversation, the fact that I'm able to dress up, step outside, you know.
You can, in your boxing match, every time you go into the boxing ring, you're not guaranteed to walk out.
No, so that's why I'm prepared to die and I'm prepared to kill. I'm at peace when I step in there.
Yeah.
And I'm able to perform at my best because I'm okay with it.
So all that you walk through the shadow of death, you're not scared of no evil. So that's just how it is.
Yes, sir.
You know, you either gonna bitch up or you're gonna man up.
And man up for sure.
So, and a lot of these new cats, they bitch up. They cry, they scream, they think that that's the way that the world's gonna understand them. But you gotta be a G through this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I like you, OG.
Yeah.
I respect you. You got my respect for sure.
Yeah. So you just gotta man up. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, that's all we can.
We all gonna die anyway.
You complain, who won't care? Nobody, right? So either way, just man up and try to figure it out.
Yeah, I was walking outside the other day and slipped down the stairs and could have broke my neck. I'm all beat, I'm all bruised up, and I got cut up all here, my knees, everything, and no medication, no nothing. I got through it. It took a week. I'm back on the grind again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can cry and woe is me, I'm hurt, I'm dead, or you can just be like, fuck it, and just keep moving.
I've been here for 2 hours, bro, and like I see your body language. It's not easy, but you still in here trying to figure it out. Well, not even figure. You're
still fell asleep a couple times.
They fall asleep. I got this showing on
So like that right there inspires me. You know, like
shit. I almost.
He was at the studio late night last night, bro. So I know you ain't getting no sleep.
Man, I almost fell asleep right here a couple times. I think I hit the mic. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the disease is that you always up. And I had like 6 accidents. You know what I'm saying? Driving, falling asleep. But just keep it mashing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like
hey, keep your head up.
What
man.
can you do?
Keep your head up.
You gonna swim or you gonna drown?
We gonna swim.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna float.
So
flow.
Man, I'd love to come to see your next fight.
Yes, sir.
And
let's stay in touch.
So I gotta get you some tickets.
And I keep in touch with Jay. I'll make sure I keep in touch with
Jay. Get his info too, man. That's what my brother is.
And
run that shit.
And I'm definitely gonna come check out your fight.
Appreciate it, man. That's love.
And
Sure.
give everybody information one more time on how to find you.
On Instagram at Scrappy Boxing. Hey, I'm straight out the inner city representing all my people,
Scrappy Boxing it is.
Yes, sir.
And are you trying to stay at that weight class, or you trying to move up, or what you trying to do?
My main focus right now is conquering 115, which I will make my way up. 118, 122.
What's the heaviest you've ever been?
What's the heaviest? When I play football, I walk around 155.
Okay. That's cool.
Big boy.
Your pops is small?
My mother's small.
Your mother's small?
Yeah.
Okay. When you were growing up, did you used to get picked on because you were small?
Yes, but that only happened the first encounter with anyone. And after they interact with me, I get the respect. I like playing with the bigger kids growing up. And my thing was to bully them. And that's how I got my respect. So growing up wasn't hard for me because I was able to, you get what you give out, right? So I gave respect, and if I didn't receive that, then I'm gonna make it respect me.
So let's say like this. Let's say your next fight, you get knocked the fuck out. Are you done with boxing, or are you gonna keep
Fuck
moving?
no. Yo, like I said,
Or you gonna come back with a vengeance?
I'm gonna get my ass back up. I'm gonna take my ass to the gym, and we gonna run it back with that same guy, whoever knocked me the fuck out. And I'm gonna knock his ass out.
Man, but we speak so much shit
Just
into
like that.
existence that none of that's even close to being possible.
But listen, I'm open to the if. I'm mentally strong, and I know what I'm capable of.
The greatest of greatest of greatest
It happens.
always have a hard day, one day.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter.
My hard days are in the gym. That's why I work hard, and I don't leave no stone unturned.
That's
Cool.
By the
right.
time when I step in the ring, I'm 100. I'm comfortable.
What gym you work out at?
Brick House Boxing Club.
Where's that at?
It's right here in North Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll come out there and check you out one day.
Oh yeah,
Working out or
definitely,
something like that,
definitely,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Matter of fact, we having a show August. Let me see, August 4th or 5th, I believe.
Okay.
It's like a little boxing event. I invite you.
Yeah, invite me to
through.
that. My personal Instagram is Floh from the show.
All right, Floh from the show.
FLO.
I'll get it from J
Yeah,
Cruz.
get it from Jay. But let's keep in touch. And
Yes, sir.
Jay, give him my number too.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
My
We all like about to have these conversations outside of here, you know what I'm saying?
Huh?
So we all can keep having these conversations
Yeah,
outside of
yeah,
here,
yeah,
you know? Like,
Yeah, I told him. He said I like conversation with you. I said, well, it don't have to be on the radio. We can
Nah, yeah.
talk outside of it. We can have lunch, you know?
we talk about this like every time we get to talk. I'd rather speak on something that's gonna we could learn something or it's gonna be
Advance.
it's gonna be beneficial, you know.
Mhm,
If it ain't beneficial, I don't want to talk about it.
for sure.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, we had a good talk,
Yeah, thanks for coming.
and thank you for coming. And one more thing. So, who do you wish was around now to see you doing what you're doing, but is no longer alive?
I mean, the person I really, he's not dead. He's locked up. He was like my that was the person I looked up to, my brother. You know, since I was a little kid, like I wanted to be like him. I wanted to walk like him. I wanted to be just like him. You
How
feel?
much time he's got?
Oh, he's been out, in and out really young. He was like 16 when they started. But he's in there for quite a time. Yeah. I wish he'll be around to see what I became, you know. And I spoke to him here and there, but it's hard just because he kept moving and just staying in touch was pretty hard.
So is he locked up right now?
He's still locked up. Yeah.
Well, it's not that hard to find him. You just call CDC.
Yeah, but it's real hard now. It's real hard.
Well, there'll be a time.
Now, yeah.
There'll be a
Everything
time.
happens for a reason. But
Mhm.
I mean, thank God everybody's still alive. Most of my people are still alive. You know,
Is your pop still alive?
he's still alive. You
Have
know,
you seen,
I mean,
have you seen him
even
fight?
yeah, on TV. But I mean, sometimes I wish I had my father around because I know when you have a father, you make better decisions.
Mhm,
You don't have to think on your own. You know,
Mhm.
I'm able to ask for guidance.
mhm,
I could have been, life could have been better.
mhm,
You know, so I always think about that. Like,
Mhm.
damn, what if my father was around?
mhm.
but do you think if he was around, you would still be who you are today? Or do you think him not
I'd
being
probably be a
around
better
made you-
man. You know, one person I always feared was my father. Like I feared him in a positive way, and I always wanted to be like him. So, yeah, he was like the only person I respected.
You don't have a kid?
I don't have a kid.
So, do you want kids?
I do, but there's times where like I don't because I like being independent. I like my life how it is. You know, a kid is responsibility. I'm not saying that I'm not responsible, but I like how life is at the moment. I work with kids, so I understand kids. I know what it takes to be around kids.
Mm-hmm.
understand.
And you were a kid that didn't have that situation.
Oh, no one understood me. I was the troublemaker. I was like, I got kicked out of school. Like, I was that bad kid. Yeah, that's why we get on. But in fact, that's why we're doing it, because we were the bad ones, and all I was looking for was a platform. Not even a platform. I wanted to express myself, but I just couldn't, and no one gave me the opportunity.
Yeah.
And no one loved me. I felt like no one loved me. So that was my way of like showing.
I used to
get that attention.
I got expelled out of 7th grade for bringing guns to school way back in the day. Or beating people up because I was angry because, I had an abusive foster mother that was beating the shit out of me every morning, and I would just beat the shit out of them the next day.
Yeah. I know what it's like.
So
you show up to school,
I ended up going to prison for shooting my foster mother. So, and I did 16 years.
16 years?
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I get it.
How old were you when you first stepped in?
13.
13?
Yeah.
What you learned throughout that period? You didn't learn anything?
Just learn how to kill.
Learn how to kill?
Learn how to kill. Learn how to GL.
How many bodies you got?
Can't talk about that on the radio. Yeah, but
That's really not funny, but
I learned how to do what I had to do to get to the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm from that life.
I hear you.
So there's no fucking glamour in it at all. It seems like it is, but it's not.
That's why when people talk about it and they make it like seem like that's cool, I'm like, bro, you're not from there. That's it.
Some people never see people really die.
I don't even talk about it, and like I seen my neighbor get his brain blown out in front of the crib. I was a little ass boy. You feel me?
Wow.
I don't even talk about shit like that because that shit ain't even cool. So when people talk about that shit, yeah, I'm from here and there, bro, shut up. You live with both of your parents.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the club and shoot up the club. See, that's some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even play music like that. If I hear that in somebody's song, I don't even play it because it's like I'm from that life. I know what that life's about, and most of
you
these
just want to get away from it.
Most of these people are full of shit.
Yeah,
and they've never really been anything.
I hear
what I'm saying. But when you've been in that street shit, you know what's up.
Hey, 16 years, that's a lot of time.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of time. And when you went in, you was a kid. You came out as a man.
I still was a kid though, mentally.
You're still 13.
But you know, at that time, you're survival mode.
Oh yeah.
And same here, I was in survival mode until like
we're always in survival mode.
Until last year, I was able to like. I'm not in that mode no more. Like,
let me tell you something. Even though you're not in the penitentiary, this is the penitentiary. The streets, the penitentiary. They got the cameras, they got the guards, they got everything. It's just a matter of how you walk in the street and make the difference of how you're going to get locked down or you're going to be able to be on the yard.
Yeah.
But this is the penitentiary.
Oh, now we're going to be looking around.
Looking at a different now.
Every block you go to, there's a camera.
Yeah.
Every block.
Well, I'm into selfies, so I'm like, oh, I'm just a paparazzi.
That's hard, man. That's hard, real hard.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I want to talk more about that. Like, just what you learned, what you went through on that side. You know, so whenever you have time, we want to
we'll chop it up. Yeah, we can chop it up.
This ain't the first interview, man. This is the first.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, y'all here first on NAB Radio, iHeart, with the Kitty and Floh Show, and then you heard from J
Cruz,
J Cruz,
and his lovely lady,
Cruzette, and it was an interesting day. We're out
Thank
of here.
you so much.
No fuimos.
This was like therapy, man.
Do my dance in the back.
But keeping it real.
You know what really helped them? Talking. Yeah. Talking has helped me.
I'm telling you,
express
talking is just like a It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
But you know, we're just
literally.
brainwashed. Like where I'm from, it's like
Yeah, you're brainwashed to not.
you gotta be gangster.
You
Like
gotta be quiet.
quiet.
Talk,
Don't
you're
trust
direct.
nobody. You
Yeah.
know. And then like the more I came on this side of my people, it's like, bro, the more you talk, like you might just open up opportunity. You know.
Yeah.
Or just you,
Connect
like,
with the right people.
you just, bro, when you talk, you just don't know what you go off. You don't know where you can go with off a conversation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I've searched my whole like way of thinking.
Like your voice matters.
I'm not more into that like survive like
And they're more vulnerable as well, man.
Yeah, that really it's just being me.
Yeah.
I'm cool with you. Oh yeah.
Being more
Sounds
vulnerable.
like I wouldn't want
That's
to be
what most
anybody
niggas in the
else's life,
club,
so-
like most niggas in the club can beat themselves. You know,
They put up a whole.
I'm the nigga with the
The whole
bottle. I got the
persona.
you see me up in the morning just asking.
Doing you.
Thank you for joining us
Video
on
show.
the Floh and Kitty
Yo,
Show.
you see, I got the
Make sure to subscribe.
I got the nugget. For that shit. So.
That